Hello YouTubers, thought I'd better do a quick update on the JCB 3CX that I promised to restore, and as you can see it hasn't changed very much. I'll just do a walk around and just give an explanation of what is going on. After the assessment last time, it's decided that it needs to have the bottom edge of the 4-in-1 bucket done, so I'm going to have to sort something out for that. I have got a friend who does actually do that sort of thing, so I'm looking to get him to give me a quote on actually repairing that front edge, because as you can see it has a bit of a gap, which is fine for everyday things, but if you want to pick up sand that's going to fall through. Now inside the cab I find lots of bits and pieces sitting there. I have been trying, rather unsuccessfully, to get the seat to raise and lower. It is seized solid. There have been 2 jacks on it now for 6 months, slowly being cranked up. They're not working. It's buggered. So I have bought a later suspension seat, which I shall show you. So I should get that sorted out. Round the back, the king post definitely is worn, and I don't know how I'm going to fix that without actually replacing it. And we also found around here that some bright spark decided when they were going to hook up all the pipework for the rear clamps, missed one off, which is not very bright, because how do you move it? Is it loose? Is it seized? The lever there is seized, well and truly. So that's a job I've got to do. Never mind. Right, and you can see that the control levers are off because I've now been repairing them. I'm trying to do the electrics on and off. Handbrake is off. And the engine. Yes, the engine. We have a small problem with the engine. These are the shells. What's left of them. As you can see, they are worn. By the scoring marks underneath there. And you'll also notice that there is only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 shells. Yes, that's what I had in the bottom of the engine. I had 6 bearing shells. A pair of bearing shells are missing, which means that the crank is near enough buggered. Ho hum, what do you do? Well, you can take the crank out and get it redone, but judging by the fact that this has had some work done on it before, I'm going to check and make sure and a challenge that it's been buggered before. So I have bought a donor engine with a crank in it. Let's get this up. And as you can see, this one is stripped out, the liners are out. All the pipe work and everything has been disconnected. I've repaired the battery box, so that's one job less to do. Oh, looks like some bird has been trying to make itself at home. I think that's a good idea. So, with this engine and the other engine, I will make one work. I've just got to decide which engine is the better one. I think it may be this block and the other crank, as I know all the front and everything works on this. I've just got to find the time to get it out of the actual machine, which time is, excuse me, is not something we have a lot of. But as I climb down here, as a bonus, I decided that what I would do is buy another project. I have bought some new buckets, as you can see, look. Nice big grading bucket, and another one, which I don't think is actually for a 3CX, because it's got huge pins on, but I should probably sell that. What have we here? It's a compact tractor, I know, but of what type? It was sold to me as a Kubota, but it is not a Kubota. It is slightly scorched. Well, more than slightly scorched. It has a flail motor attached, which hasn't been scorched, which is what I bought it for originally. And it has a front loader. Will it run? Shall we have a look? Let's have a look at the engine. Not much of a fuel tank, but that's not a problem. Yes. No, it's not going to run. The engine is foobarred. Well and truly foobarred. Because that is the generator in the battery box. Well, no, that's not the battery box, beg your pardon. That is the fuel tank bracket. And the electrics are gone. And the steering wheel is gone. And these are stuck. But the gearbox works. All the levers work on the gearbox. The foot brake works. It's not got any holes in it. The wheels are a little bit tired, but I have a pair of tyres for the back already in stock, and they're little 12-inch ones on the front. So I thought to myself, I don't know, this could actually go again if I had an engine. So let's decide what it is. It is, according to the little badge down here, a Yanmar, but it doesn't quite say what it is, but it is a YM 165. I have found that much out. A YM 165 with a 14 horsepower twin cylinder engine. Oh, well, that's what it should have anyway. So I have been on the hunt for a 14 horsepower twin cylinder engine, and guess what? They're putting boats and things and refrigeration units and stuff like that, and tractors, but they are like hen's teeth. 3-cylinder engines, not a problem. 2-cylinder engines, no. And if they do come up, they go for silly money, for more than I paid for the tractor. So what do? You buy a Kubota engine. Yes, that's right, that's what I've done. I have bought a 2-cylinder 14 horsepower Kubota engine out of a mower for the princely sum of £150 with all the bits. So this may actually go again. What do you reckon? Shall we have a crack? Shall we make a project of it and see if we can make it look like a tractor again and run like a tractor again and do what tractor things do? Because my daughter would like me to. She's only 5, but she does like the idea of having a little tractor like Daddy's. So that's in the project line. Let me know what you want me to see with it. She wants me to do it up like a Massey Ferguson, so that's what I might actually do. Paint it in Massey Ferguson colours, silver, grey and red. Get a bucket for the front, a pair of forks, do it up like a little tractor. Now I've got an engine, that's half the job done. So what else have we got down here? Yes, the Daihatsu is still there. It still runs, it's still a good little car, but nothing's moved on it. This came into the yard since last time. It is a 300 TDI. I bought it for the princely sum of £175 just for the gearbox, and then discovered it ran and drove. Well, they didn't know it ran and drove, but I made it run and drive and got it out. So that's sitting there while I decide when I can find time to strip it out and get the bits I want out of it. We have the Puma, cracking little car, future classic. Again, bought cheap, runs and drives, needs a clutch, that's all. Just needs a clutch, not many miles on it, good service history. So that will be done at some point. Next to that we have a classic, or soon to be classic, 1.8 Freelander. Again, this is my daughter's, she's 5. I saw it, it was cheap, I couldn't resist it, it was local, it has done very little mileage on it. Just needs a water pump and some TLC. So that's another project in the pipeline. Next to it we have, oh god, more scrap metal. Yes, it was a donor chassis. Yes, it donated lots of parts and made lots of money, and that's all that's left. Next to that we have, an Escort van. Now, this is an interesting one. I'm going to get on with this before long. It's actually in really good shape. Let me show you around. There's no nasty dents in it. It's got a little bit of rust down here. It's got a little bit of rust in the sills. It's an Escort, what wouldn't it? But the seats and everything are very clean. It has got a hole. I can't find it for you. Whoops. 80,000 miles on the clock with service history. How about that? And it's as clean as a whistle. And it came in, get this, for free. Well, I knocked some money off somebody's bill, but I drove it up here. It drives nicely. It's got a noisy wheel bearing. It failed its MOT on the wheel bearing and rusted in the sills. But hey ho, I weld for a living. I can do rust. So my thinking is, strip this, do the rusty bits, fix the wings. There's a little mark on there. Fix the sills. Clean it all out. Oh, got water in there. Must have a bit of a floody. Oh, we'll have to look for that. Must be a leaky windscreen. And put that on the road. Respray it. Make it look nice. What do you think? Yeah. Mini Cooper. Not mine. Brother's. Got to have a bit of body work done on that. It has a score down there. And lots of scores down there. I don't know whether it's been keyed or the lady driver that owned it couldn't drive. She liked parking it in hedges. That's what I think. But hey ho, nice little car, runs well. Needs a gearbox rebuild though. The Rover, Rover is catching green. She needs a good wash. Still runs and drives. Drove it up here the other day actually. Haven't got round to doing anything with that. And my truck. Oh dear, my poor truck. She's still taxed and MOT'd, but she is dead. Deader than a very dead thing. Because the injector pump thought it'd be a clever idea to dump fuel all over the floor rather than dumping it in the cylinder heads. So that's another one I've got to do. The MGF, still here. Still waiting for me to get round to it. The SLK, oh dear, yes, that's donor. Donated lots of things. Must get weighed in at some point. Well, that one, that's what that one has donated for. So this one, bought another one with yet another one with a timing chain broken. Yes, I will get onto that one too. The wife is nagging me, it's her car, and I will make it good. In the winter, maybe. And then what we've got down here, ah yes, the donor freeloader, which has donated so many parts, and it's still donating parts. I still haven't weighed it in because it keeps giving more. So I'm afraid I've still got some to take off it. I've still got the sills and, sorry, not the sills, the seals and things to take off, and various other bits and pieces. Would have been a nice car if I'd have kept it, but there we are. And there's a pile of bits on there. So there you go. Lots of crap to work on over the winter. Let me know what you think, which one you'd like to see next. I don't think I'm getting around to the JCB anytime soon. I have another Freelander in there I'm working on. This one has now been finished. So there you go, that's a tour. I'll speak to you all again soon. Otherwise, there's the JCB, still sitting there forlornly waiting for me to do something about our engine. Anyway, thanks for joining me. If you like it, give us a thumbs up and wait for the next installment. Bye.